that cost $160,000, the first thing that comes to my mind is it's probably awesome. And our friends here at AMG Motorsports were kind enough to provide us with this incredible, brand spanking new Mercedes AMG GTS Edition 1. It's got carbon fiber. It's got golden wheels. It's got the stickers. I think it's super fucking cool. However, there is one person who surprisingly disagrees with me. So without further ado, my friend Andy the Rage.
What's up, guys?
I was just saying that for $160,000, I think this car is incredibly cool. And I like the shape. It reminds me of the old Mercedes. I even don't mind the golden wheels. I think they're really cool. Great piece. But I hear you're not so pleased with this car. Would you mind sharing your opinion?
Well, Daniel, let's start with the thing, and most of the guys already know that by just looking at this car, it's not stock. So, I mean, they definitely have the lowering spring, which gives the car better appealing, the lower clearance to the rims. But gold rims, I don't know. Personally, me and the gold rims, Chicago downtown, I can see getting some high respect. Being in Southern California with the matte gray paint, I probably go black, maybe gunmetal. From my perspective, the outside, nice finish, carbon roof, obviously. Everything is pretty well kept on the outside. You know, even me being a hater, can't really complain much on the exterior. But definitely have a lot of things to say about the interior in a few seconds. Alright, so we're inside that wonderful AMG GTS. Steering wheel, nice. You have everything you need, no extra features honestly. The middle, pleasant to touch. Unfortunately, can't say much good things about the dash. Come on, Mercedes, $160,000. Really? You can't put a decent leather that you put your hands on and you touch, you can feel like the woman's breast kind of skin going on the dash. Really? 160 grand? Mercedes, please do it better.
It wouldn't be wise to expect a car this size to accommodate me comfortably. I wish I had a bit more room. I'm 6'4", but I mean it's okay. Like I can probably live with that. Not for a long distance. What strikes me as odd is this area here. Here we have two cup holders, and I mean we're in America. People like to drink big stuff and just put their big gulps here, and just I think first of all it's going to cover up these buttons here. Unless you're taking a tiny espresso shot, you're not going to be able to work with these buttons most likely. And the second of all, this is the area where I would expect to have the control for the gearbox, but it's not here. Instead, the Mercedes moved it from their usual spot, which is actually on the steering column. They moved it over here further down the column, the center stack. So here you are in a $160,000 car, pretending to be a T-Rex, trying to reach down and shift. I mean, granted, you only use it once to drive off and then to park. You just press this park button here. But it's a bit odd ergonomically, and I do have to second Mr. Rage's opinion about the dash. It has the stitching, but it's over plastic, and the plastic itself, I mean, it feels like it's a cheap plastic trying to imitate expensive plastic, especially at the bottom portion here. These are only a couple of things, and they're granted they're not major, but when you're paying that kind of money for what essentially is a toy, you would expect to
A
get
little better toy.
a little bit better attention to detail, let's put it this way. But since it's a toy, it has a party trick. And the party trick happens to reside beneath the hood. So Andy, why don't we just pop the hood and see what's going on down there? Immediately as you open the hood, you're greeted with a signature of
Joachim Schmidt.
Who I believe you and I would know personally, sort of, right? Didn't he do the engine for one of your
Yes.
Mercedes?
Yes, it was the C63 that I had. Was that guy, and personally, I think he did a good job. Good engine, no problems.
And also, what we see here is a bit misleading because you would expect this plaque to be on the engine, but what we have here is not the engine. The engine starts right around here. And the reason they did it is because they wanted to make the car as balanced as possible and shift all the way towards the center of the car. Unlike, let's say, an Audi, where most of the engine is hanging in the front of the front axle, here it's all the way behind. So I'm standing right around where the front axle is, and all of the engine is behind it.
Well, I would say my perspective would be much easier in this. Driving it every day, having fun, or just for the weekends. You open up the hood, you look, alright, Mercedes. Bunch of stuff sticking out of the where the engine is, on top of the engine, the cheap plastic thing. That's, I mean, I get the weight saving, I get it, kind of like it, but then once you open up the hood, you have some holes with the dust getting in. The car is about a couple of thousand miles, and then what the fuck? Come on. For the money I'll pay for this car, I would expect a little better something looking under the hood. I know it's not much, and I know most of whoever changes the oil is gonna look at that, but I think at some point it would be pleasant to open up the hood and say like, wow, I really like everything. What can we say about the trunk, Daniel? Looks like you feeling kind of comfortable there. I'm not sure how's that heat from the exhaust working out for your feet.
Well, I'm not going to have to shave my legs tonight. Well, it's nicely done. I mean, it's more spacious than I would imagine. I like the brace between the seats. It looks nice and looks like it means business. Yeah,
and we got some kind of net for the grocery shopper in case you want to put some in that trunk. But I'm sure by the time you get home, that's going to be like a mess. Anyways, at least in my car. Alright, so this is supposed to fight the Porsche. And we all heard Porsche is this, Porsche is that. We'll see if Mercedes can really pull it off this time.
I was really excited to drive this car. I'm really anxious to see what it can do. So we'll see you in a few minutes, okay?
have the AMG GTS here on the table. Daniel, you want to cover the specs?
So it started off with a 503 horsepower V8 that produces, give or take, 480 pound-feet of torque.
About that.
And AMG did some mods to it, from what I understand. Is that correct?
Oh yes, the obviously the car is not stock. The one we drove, the HG did the custom tune, which added about, I say, 70 horsepower and about 100 torque at the wheels. And then they put the custom exhaust and downpipes, but utilizing the AMG valve system. So gives an amazing sound. Sounds brutal. Just brutal.
I agree. So I guess the question is, would you buy this car with your own money?
Disregarding the things I didn't like, that specific car is not that many. $160,000 compared to the Porsche that's supposed to fight it, and then for the same money I think it's Carrera S. I say hell yes.